Anita, these heels are on point.
Yeah, they are. Go f yourself. I didn't expect what happened to happen at all. And as well, I thought that after the big rise, with because PewDiePie put me in one of his videos, and then Kotaku did a report on me. So I got this surge of people just nipping in to go, is your Tourette's fake? And all this sort of stuff, yeah. And then I thought as soon as people were curious and they'd seen what there was to be seen, they'd all go away again. But like, there's loads more people than I ever thought would stay have stayed. And a year later, I'm still streaming.
Hi guys, it's Creators Uncovered episode 3 by Overclockers, featuring the amazing Sweet Anita and Stephen from Noble Chairs.
Hi.
You all recognise his face from the many videos,
He's a bitch.
chairs and stuff. How did YouTube affect things for you? Did you notice sort of a big difference once you started having those sort of compilations on YouTube and stuff? Because to us it seemed like that was a massive way that people were finding you. But
Yeah, I think when I got noticed by a few different YouTubers, that really did cause a spike. And then there were compilations of my tics, which made it impossible to go on YouTube.
To give you a heads up, I have Tourette's. I'm not entirely as offensive as I come across, or at least I'm not trying to be as offensive as I come across.
Wouldn't it be nice to touch my anus?
I love YouTube. It's been really good for my grandma, especially. She rang me up and she was like, I found this website. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's YouTube. and I've been learning how to play the violin and the ukulele.
For stuff like that, it's amazing to think you can just go and have lessons on.
With regards to your stream, some people that are watching may not know, but what is it that you cover?
I used to do Mental Health Mondays. I've stopped that for now.
Oh, okay.
And then on Thursdays, we ridicule all the thirstiest boys who do the most ridiculous comments on my, like, of the week. We get together, like, sometimes as well in our Discord, people misspeak and they slip up, and if you take it out of context, it sounds really dirty. We use those too, just to get the community involved, but it's mostly things from like Reddit and YouTubers, stuff like that. I have a lot of people who struggle with mental health or who are lonely. Like, Twitch is a hub of loneliness. It tends to be that the reason why this kind of medium can compete with things like TV is because there's this aspect of it being live and you've got company in the corner of the room, somebody who you're hanging out with right now, and you can interact with them and get their attention. Yeah. And it tends to be that whilst not everybody who gravitates towards that is lonely, it does tend to have it's really helpful to people who are isolated, lonely, have social anxiety, agoraphobia, depression, these sorts of things. Like, streams mean everything to those sorts of people.
When you have adversity, learn to see that moment and go, how can I make this situation beneficial, either to me or to others?
You found a perfect thing to do with the platform. It's almost like it's crazy to think more of it isn't out there, because like you say, it is a hub for people who might feel lonely. That is the appeal of Twitch, isn't it? That you're not on your own, you're watching it with a load of people and the person who you can interact with.
I saw the internet and the gaming community in particular as quite an unwelcoming place. Because of my condition, because, you know, people are like, oh my god, is that a grill? And then they mute me straight away and stuff like that on games. So, like, I did not expect this amount of positivity, maturity, and kind of this really compassionate kind of place. I didn't know about Discord until I started streaming, pretty much. And now I have a server with over 21,000 people in it, and they're really active. And we have a support and advice channel, where the community gets together to answer each other and support each other whenever they're struggling. But there are so many people who started on my Discord really afraid and too nervous to even go on a voice call. I have a voice call with like 15 odd people usually in it. Any given time, and there's always people talking. And it used to be that people have been on the Discord for months and never said a word to anyone, and then they've worked up the courage because other people are like, oh yeah, I used to be like that. You know, there's no obligation to talk, you can just lurk quietly if you like, and all this sort of stuff. And now they're really social.
You two went to TwitchCon together, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the first ever European one, wasn't it, in Germany?
Yeah, I didn't have any real tangible concept of how many people knew who I was and liked what I was doing until I went there and tried to go to the bathroom. Because when I went into the cubicle, I I had a few ticks and I came out and there was a queue of people waiting for, in order to go and wash my hands, I had to get through like loads of people who wanted me to sign their things. And I was like, really, you're not gonna let me wash my hands first?
And actually talking about streamers, Pokimane, I found it hilarious when she actually came over to the stand, wanted to meet you and say hello. It was the first time you've ever met.
Gotta say, it's pretty impressive to have Pokimane waiting in your meet and greet line. That's really cool.
We hugged, I had a fap attack. So a lot of guys actually really envy me now because I got to fap live in person at Pokimane, right? She was so understanding and she was so lovely, so lovely. And she really illustrated something for me that helped me with streaming, because you get a lot of hate as a streamer. You're always going to, no matter who you are. And because of my condition generates a lot of like doubt, suspicion, anger, and resentment anyway. That's always going to be an element. Before even I expose who I am and to thousands of people, I'm already going to be judged and receive a lot of hate. But with Pokimane, meeting her in person, like, she's just the loveliest person. And she still gets a lot of hate, and seeing her and knowing that it's not personal and knowing that, you know, she hasn't done anything to deserve that really helped me to distance myself from and not take it personally when I receive it too.
Let's take some photos. Oh, it's video, this one. Oh, take photos. Mr. Greggles, I think we was just going down one of the aisles, and I know Mr. Greggles because he literally lives not too far from where I am, and yeah, I introduced you to him, and I was like, hang on a minute, Mr. Greggles has Tourette's, you have Tourette's, there's something in common, so, and you both stream, so maybe there's something like there's a connection there, maybe there's something you can do to help each other. I'm so glad you introduced us, because I've done a lot of work with him actually. He's come on to the Mental Health Mondays. I've done interviews with him and stuff like that, and it's such a relief to meet someone not only who has the condition but also streams and navigates the difficulties of being in the public eye with this condition.
Yeah, I mean, when I was first diagnosed, I was like locked in cupboards and bullied by teachers and things. So when people are like, oh, I really wish I had Tourette's, and I've had a couple of people in my life say, oh, I wish I had Tourette's because I could get away with anything. It's like, no, you really don't.
No.
You have no idea.
Seeing him not have any tick kind of incidences whilst he's drumming is really cool and really informative chat, because a lot of them don't know that he has Tourette's when he's drumming. And you know, it gives like a really good aspect of that contrast between who we are when we have control back again, which is why I'd love to have a go. Yeah, I'd really love to have a go. Yeah, I'd love to. Maybe we could just give him a quick call, see if he's free, and just barge into his house. Yeah, my drums now.
Right, okay, I can rig this up.
I have a slut.
There's a lot more room when this thing isn't in the way.
I've got sticks. You're a wizard.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I'm always nervous about just sitting around holding long, hard things, because I know what Tourette's does with those.
My work here is done.
This mission puts out some crazy drum roll.
Drum rolls are really hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There we go! Wow! I did it!
What about the second one? Because you're crossing things over, which you don't usually do, your coordination is basically being mixed up. You're used to doing this and this at the same time, but not this and this, or this and this.
Yeah.
So your brain is actually rewiring itself to be able to play this.
Great.
It's why drummers have such good coordination, because we wire our brains in like every different permutation. So I can play something like that, or like that, or like that with that foot, or with that foot. You have to learn all the different ways.
My dick's in a puddle.
Yeah.
something that's typically negative or typically hard, find a way to make it work. Find a way to make it do good. And there is no thing on this earth you can't do.
So thank you for joining us for our episode 3 of Creators Uncovered. We've been Overclockers, Noble Chairs, and the lovely Sweet Anita. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see next time, and we'll think about it. Make sure to follow us on all the normal channels. We've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter. Yeah, that's all from us. See you next time.
Yep. Bye. Is that what we need?
It is. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
It's amazing. Oh yes, I.
Please tell me you got that.
I got both
let's
of
see
you
that.
at the same time. You look like some really nerdy / rude gang that have.
Nerdy